This is Prince Crispy.
I should have been diving at the end of that.
I'll make one more.
You just hear a splash.
I should have anticipated you being hilarious. What is going on?
So I got some really disappointing news.
Oh, that's fun.
The wife and I went to CVS and they had 50% off Halloween candy. Should be an amazing day. And we got these Kit Kat bars. They're orange, but it says that it's just food dye. You know, like they're regular Kit Kat bars. But they fucking lied. They're not regular Kit Kat bars. They're white chocolate Kit Kat bars.
Oh,
the devil's chocolate.
They always do that with the colored ones, though.
I know, but it didn't say that. It just said Kit Kat bar.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought for a second you got those. Oh, I forget what they were called. I saw a promo for them on like Twitter when they first went live. It was called like Witch's Brew Kit Kats or something.
Yeah, they got a whole bunch of them. They got like Frankenstein Reese cups.
Well, I heard there was one though that the Kit Kat one, I don't know if it was the Witch's Brew or if that was a different one, but the Kit Kat one they did for Halloween this year actually had a subtle flavor change and no one noticed it. Let me see if I can find those really quick.
You know, they're big in Japan, Kit Kat bars. And they got them in like green tea flavors.
I was just about to say, Beth and her mom get those. Yeah, see, Kit Kat, yeah, Witch's Brew was the one.
I'm gonna light a candle, get it sexy in here.
Yeah, crispy wafers. These ones had the chocolate in between the wafers, and then the cream had a marshmallow flavor.
Oh,
yeah, and they're evidently really good, but the taste is like subtly different from.
What was the first part of it again? I know the marshmallow is what.
The chocolate is on the inside in between the wafers instead of being on the outside.
Okay.
So you get regular chocolate inside from what I gathered in between the wafers. It's like smooth chocolate like they do normally.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's marshmallow cream chocolate on the outside. So probably like white chocolate flavored like marshmallow. But I was like, yeah, that sounds like it's like a s'mores Kit Kat.
Jeffrey like marshmallows.
Yeah, I was like, am I really gonna have to like Amazon some fucking candy? Like,
that sounds amazing. You know, I patented my own type of s'more, and I recently saw on a TV show that they had the same thing. I'm gonna sue for their infringing on my copyright. But basically, you do make a s'more the same way you always do, but you don't use a Hershey bar. You use a Reese cup.
Yeah,
that shit bumps it up.
That's the go-to, man. It's a whole nother level.
Yeah, it's called an Elkins.
Yeah. They're really good, too. If you want to make an absolute mess, you make chocolate-dipped graham crackers.
Oh, yeah. That's good stuff.
Just be an absolute fat bastard about it.
At our wedding, we had...
oh, yeah. I always forget you guys are, like, real married people, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we had a s'mores thing.
How long have you guys been married?
2 years.
Okay. So not forever.
No. We've been together for over a decade.
Okay. So like almost high school sweethearts?
College.
You met in college, right?
Mm-hmm.
College sweethearts. Adorable.
Mm-hmm.
I told you the story already before. We've talked about it on stream, but me and Beth like almost met at like every crossroad of our lives. And just didn't, and then finally did when I was just like at my messiest point in my life.
Yeah, it's like a movie.
Yeah, it was like everything but a heroin addict. Like, it's like that's the crazy thing. Is like I was at like such a low point in my life.
Wait, isn't that like a fucking what's that TV show with
like
Biggie Howser?
Half-Baked. You remember in Half-Baked when Chappelle goes to the fucking Narcotics Anonymous meeting? And and all of them are like, "You ever suck dick for a dime bag?" Like, it's like that. It's like,
where I was going with it.
Yeah, it's like, no, I never got that bad, but like, I was bad with like drinking and a bunch of other shit. And I used to.
If you had met her, it wouldn't have worked out. So but you met her when you did.
I used to abuse uppers like crazy, like Adderall and stuff, and found out later on that I actually needed it and that I was kind of just abusing the prescription amount that I needed.
I thought it would have been great if you were like, yeah, I was abusing uppers, you know, I was like on pixie sticks and like,
yeah, right.
all this candy. Like, oh,
I was like a 5th grader with diabetes. No, but I was into all sorts of crazy shit, but it was basically like I never did like crack, meth, or heroin. Like, or angel dust, I
hey, there's
guess.
still time.
Yeah, right. That'd be like a bucket list thing. I joke with Beth all the time. I'm like, if I hit 70 and I'm like still fucking conscious and kicking, I definitely do some shit like that. Like, all right, guys, let's try Smack tonight. Especially with the way the world is going, you know, streaming will be like on another level. Like, you guys will be able to smell my corpse through YouTube. Like, yeah, it'd be crazy. But I told her that I was like, and then I'd probably just shoot my face off if any of it went wrong. Like at that point, you're already 70. Like,
oh yeah,
you lived a good life. Just
I've always thought, yeah, like
Hunter S. Thompson.
Do you remember A Serious Man? Not A Serious Man.
I read this.
Oh fuck, what's that one called? The Tom Ford one. We were just talking about it. Like
A Serious Ham.
Was it A Solitary Man?
That sounds right.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right? The one with the British actor, where it's like he was a gay guy and his boyfriend died, and he's kind of reached that point in his life where he was deciding on committing suicide. I think it's A Solitary Man. But
I haven't
like
seen that in ages, but
I always thought like that. Even though it's like suicide's this dark thing, I was like, there's always been this part of me is like, that's a really like gentlemanly way to go. Like he pulls out his revolver, gets dressed in a nice suit, tries to figure out where to do it.
Well, that's that like I don't know how else to describe it. I always call it like it's like the cowboy way. Like that's my problem with smoking cigarettes is like I genuinely like whatever it is, whether you believe in fucking reincarnation or whatever. If you believe in reincarnation, I'm definitely some fucking reincarnated asshole cowboy from Frontier Times. Like it's insane.
Reincarnation just sounds awful to me.
I smoking cigarettes, like I know it's fucking terrible for me, I know it's fucking killing me, but I'm like, I love the sensation and the act of just smoking things, and that's such a like weird base instinct to have. But I'm like, you roll up some sort of leaf and herb into a piece of paper, and I'm like, yeah, let's fucking smoke that thing into our lungs right now.
Roll up some fiberglass and cook it, and you're good to go.
It's insane, but I'm like, yup, that'll be fun. Same way I'm like, I was joking the other night with Beth. I opened a can of like baked beans to make with dinner, and normally I just make them from scratch, but I was like, I don't want to fucking cook anything tonight. Open a can of baked beans and looked into it. I was like, I don't know why, but I'm so tempted to just eat this can of beans cold right now for dinner. And she was like, I need to eat too, you know? And I was like, you want a can of cold beans with me? It's just like, no.
I haven't done it with baked beans, but I have done it with chickpeas. And I'm just like, I don't need to fucking do anything with this. I'm just gonna eat it.
I don't know where I was originally with that before I got into the smoking.
The cowboy way.
Yeah, the cowboy way.
Get on out in the range.
The suicide thing. It's just that like living life on your own terms, like by any means.
Let me tell you something, brother.
At all.
Give up city life.
I think that's. Did you play Red Dead Redemption 2?
Yeah, but I'm not big on it. It's cool, but it's just there's too much shit. No, it's just one of those games. Like I see how cool it is. I like all the shit you can do, but it's just too big for me. I'm just like,
okay, so yeah, I get that. Like, I'd never play through it again, but I got like the best ending I think you could get because I went back and watched all of them after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
But that was what like sealed it for me with that game. Was it was like that game had a lot of faults to it, but at the end of it, it wrote Arthur the way I would want to write like a cowboy story, and that real like they were the first, like, it's not this last bastion of freedom like we see everywhere nowadays. They were literally like the first man in the door on freedom. Like that's the coolest fucking thing in the world. And these guys were fucking the world by the balls, essentially. And in the end, when Arthur is back to the wall, rock in a hard place, he doesn't give a fuck. He's just like, get on with it. and it is like the first time I felt like I was like getting misty-eyed like when it happened, and I got like goosebumps and chills like all over like in that final scene. I don't know if you've seen the ending.
No, I played, I don't know, maybe a few hours of the story mode so far, and then I played online a bunch.
You want to see it?
Yeah, sure.
What the fuck
I
remember John Hillcoat did a short film for the first Red Dead Redemption. And that's
Dude,
cool.
It's fucking insane.
We're out of cameras for now. But what about other parts?
Motherfucker.
It has been better.
And yes, I am eating this swill of a candy.
I can't remember which animal I saw at the end. Yeah, but that was the other thing that I needed to circle back around to that I forgot about was when you were talking about the Japanese Kit Kats. Every time Beth goes down to Florida and they hit up Epcot, when they go through the Japan section, one of the biggest things Japan has there is like they have the whole Japan store with Gundams and all sorts of kick-ass shit, but they have that candy section. Beth always grabs me a bunch of the green tea Kit Kats because I'm not even a big fan of Kit Kats, but for some reason, and I don't even like green tea, but those green tea Kit Kats are like my favorite thing in the world. It's insane. And she really likes them too, so she used to get them, and then she'd be like, "Why are all my green tea Kit Kats gone?" And I'd be like, "Nothing."
You got a ring of green around your face.
Yeah. I look like I've been blowing Shrek.
That's what you tell her. I was blowing Shrek. I wasn't eating your stuff.
It's not green tea cream. What's up, Rusty? Don't interrupt me. Speaking of my favorite things from Japan.
Is Rusty from Japan for reals?
Yeah.
Right. He could just been I don't know. He could just be a weeb.
I didn't make that up. Pretty sure that's the same Rusty from Twitter and everything.
From Venture Brothers?
Right? Or am I just conflating two Rusties and one of you is from Japan and one of you isn't? Because that would be nuts. But I mean,
that's Japanese kanji or whatever they call it.
It's like, this is a huge community though, so stranger shit has happened.
He's like, there's millions of us.
It's like, I'm actually the 6th Rusty, and I'm from Zimbabwe.
I'm in Dayton, Ohio.
Yes, it is. Same one.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah, Wagga Comics.
Cool.
He runs like a little... We've talked a little bit. I don't fully understand it because I'm an idiot, but he runs like sort of like a publisher over there. He's sort of helping... He helps indies get their stuff localized in Japanese, which is what I had initially reached out to him about because I was curious. It's like, that'd be really cool to eventually have like the Voidwalker and Alterna stuff all over there. And now eventually the Death Curse stuff would be really kick-ass to get over there. And I know he posted something, I think today or yesterday, about them in talks with a publisher, which looks huge. And soon to be distributing on over 100 digital platforms. Yeah. Yeah, see? Wagga Comics, localization service. And
shout out Wagga Comics.
Yeah. Doing kick-ass stuff, growing steadily from what he's shared and shown on Twitter and everything. I've been following along for the whole thing. If COVID wasn't a thing, that was another one of those places where I was like, need to fucking get to Japan in this lifetime. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
I feel like I will never want to come back. Just like all my buddies that have gone out there and are like, dude, you're a nut for comics. There's just like newsstands like on street corners that are just all fucking manga, like
Florida dispensers.
Going well for a one-man team. I know that struggle, Rusty, but it's equally rewarding in the end as it is hard work.
You know, Hank Hill had a Japanese brother.
Oh shit! What was that character's name?
I don't remember, but
shut up.
I just remember them going. Remember they got in the hotel room and they stayed in this little tiny space and they didn't realize that the walls opened, and they had this giant apartment they could live in.
Yeah, I was just telling Beth the other day that
Brian.
I want her to like watch
I
through that with me. That and she was like finally like, let's watch Chappelle's show, and for like the 6th day in a row, it's just not fucking working on Netflix. And it's the first time in a long time, other than like Cuties, where I was like, I genuinely want to just like unsubscribe to this shit. It's gotten to a point where I'm just like, fucking, why are we paying for this? Finally there's something on there that I'm like, it was weird. 2 years ago, it was like Netflix could do no wrong. They were just putting up like banger after banger, like weekly, it felt like. And then like a year or two ago now, like right around that same time, you got like this 6-month span of just excellent content. They then started releasing all these Netflix originals that were fucking super bad, like barely competent movies. One of the ones that really stood out to me, I think it was called like Open House. Oh, don't bother. What's going on, Randy?
What's up, Randy?
Thanks for stopping by, man. We didn't even get Batwoman, gladly. Netflix Japan is evidently lacking on the content, but also sometimes saving the day. Yeah, but it's like now they're putting up all sorts of weird shit. They dropped Cuties and their stock fucking bombed out, which was cool because I immediately bought into it on Cash App. Was like,
really? Did you?
Fuck yeah, dude. Are you kidding? Like, this shit's all bombed out and depleted. I'm getting in. Thanks, you pedo idiots. And it was back up like fucking 2 days later. Yeah, always keep an eye on that shit, guys. That was finally too. I'm like, all right, time to be an adult. One day out of my 30 years in existence.
I finally made an adult decision.
Yeah.
This is what it feels like?
Then I went and played with my gun in the living room. It's okay. It doesn't have a firing pin.
It goes off as you're talking. You're still playing with it?
Oh, I guess it does.
Oh, shit.
So fucking sniper rifle around through the neighborhood. Dude, I live in an old ass house. That thing would fucking, I'd go through a couple houses in this neighborhood. People just be like, yeah, we all have a fucking blowhole now. No, nobody ever talks about this, but Amazon and Netflix are both bidding on Cuties for the rights to stream it. That's weird. I would be like, you can have it. Or no, let Amazon buy it next so their stock plummets.
Wait, he said I meant where. Where to stream it. France will love it. France all about that life.
Yeah, right. Oh my god. Stream it to that like trailer park town full of pedos, and I think it's Florida. Netflix had a whole documentary about that. Which I was like, wow, if the Punisher were a real dude, this place would have been wiped off the map next day. Like,
where is that at?
I'm pretty sure it was Florida. Here, let me see before I talk out my ass.
Floridians know about this. They're gonna burn that shit down.
Park documentary.
Wait, there are kid ticklers around here?
Pervert Park follows the everyday lives of sex
Park?
offenders. Yeah, dude. It was like, yep, it's in Florida. Pervert Park follows the everyday lives of sex offenders in a park as they struggle to reintegrate into society. And it's like they made like a trailer park that's like just a place, like a last bastion for pedophiles to like hang out together. And like the documentary, I guess, is all about how that's a horrible fucking idea because they're infamously really bad to get together.
Right.
They'll all just justify their horrible shit to each other, and that's not what you need. A bunch of pedos. Yeah, like
Did you ever see that documentary about
perfecting the art of being a pedo because they've got a whole fucking town to romp around in? Like, it was like, and I saw that, I was like, oh my god, dude, that, like you were saying, like any Floridian that would find out about that would go set that place on fire. I'm like, yeah, I never looked into it, but that place probably got shot up like the week after that documentary came out. Like,
did you ever see that documentary about the Catholic priest who molested this kid, and then years later he moved into the guy's neighborhood and became his neighbor?
that's bonkers. Did the
It's
guy murder
so
him?
fucked up. No, I mean, he didn't murder him, but it was like the whole documentary was about him like having to move and shit because he's just like, you know, every day he sees this
That's the
fucking
first-
horrible monster.
That's like I tell people this in writing all the time when I get that question of like, where do you get your ideas? Shit like that right there. Because I'm like, he didn't murder him. And I'm like, there's the movie right there, man.
Yep.
You diddled as a kid, and then the fucking the monster who hurt you, the world told you you'd never see him again, and now he's your fucking neighbor.
Yep.
That would not be and we went on as if nothing happened.
Yeah.
And they found his body in 12 different dumpsters. Like,
and no one cared. No investigations were
mayor gave him
created.
a key to the city. Can only be in certain places. Yeah. We passed a law where you can only enjoy pedophile movies.
Why couldn't it have been a nice little village? Like, you know, all the little people from Wizard of Oz, they had their own little village in Virginia. Nope.
I figured.
Did you ever see that? The little people from Wizard of Oz, they had their own little village in Virginia.
Oh, that's amazing.
They had little houses made for them, you know, like for their size and shit. It's still there, but it's like all decrepit and stuff. Nobody
Oh
actually
yeah,
lives
no,
there
I know. These people got to reintegrate into life or whatever the fuck in reality, but like it's infamously like there's a lot of states that have laws where these guys aren't supposed to be shacking up together. That's what I was saying. I think that's what the documentary explores is like I think Florida is one of the few states where they can still like legally live like near each other and like in the same building essentially. Because it's a lot of places are like super fucking against that because of that. It's like a fucking like what happens with rats, like a rat king. They all knot together into a turbo pedophile.
That's why you gotta get a Charlie. You gotta get yourself a Charlie.
You get yourself a dick-eating pit bull. Yeah, I don't remember. I think I just picked the video that's like all of the endings.
Oh, Black Lung. You ain't gonna reach that gun. You ain't.
My granddaddy died from black lung.
You lost. My sick friend. You lost. Yeah, Marcus. Despite my best efforts to country, it turns out
What, Razmaz?
God damn you. It is over. Now. What is it? It's over.
Suck my dick.
He's a rat. You know it, and I know it. He's sick. He's dying. He's talking crazy. Up there on the ring. I gave you all I had. Come on, Dutch. Let's go, buddy. We made it. We won. Come on. John made He's the only one.
You're all fucked.
The rest of us. I tried. In the end, I did.
Come on. Let's go. We can make it.
No, we probably all got TB now, dude.
Come
I'm
on,
getting out of here.
Come on.
This dude's been coughing all over us. Okay, so that is definitely not all the deaths. All 4 endings. Yeah, I don't remember what my ending was technically considered.
I'm coming with you.
You're my brother.
I know. I know. God damn you, bastards!
I think this is the one I got. Or is this the same one we just watched?
Sick.
In the end,
Come on, Dutch. Come on.
Yeah, this
You're
one.
not better than me, Morgan.
whatever you say, you fool.
Damn you.
Damn us both!
Fucking love that. You're not better than me, Morgan. Damn you. Damn us both. Just get fucking blasted. That redeemed the entire fucking game for me. And I think that was considered the bad ending because you get the wolf.
Does that mean like you played the game as a villain mostly or something?
Yeah, just piece of shit to the end.
We made it.
But
We won.
I chose to save John so John could fucking go on and do his own thing and get out of this bullshit lifestyle sort of thing. But it was like, I was like, I'm gonna be a fucking cowboy to the end. And then you get that, and I was like, you watch all the other endings, and none of them have nearly as good of a line as fucking damn us both right before you get your fucking head blown off.
Let's go.
And in mine, see, all of these are at night. My mission, it ended like right as the sun was coming up. So the sun was coming up in the background when he blew my fucking head off, and it looked beautiful. Like, I was like, oh my god. Like, It's like what a lovely place to die right now. Damn us both. Like I'm like, fuck yes. Yeah, and then there's like a whole epilogue after that. But I was like, man, I would have been pissed if I played that whole fucking game and I got to the end where he just fucking crawls over and lays down on a rock and just dies of tuberculosis. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I played that shit for like 4 months. That game was painful to get through at times.
I played Red Dead Revolver way back in the day when that came out and loved it.
I loved that because that shit's like just like a straight up like grindhouse movie in a game.
And I always loved the mechanics of the quick draw.
I love that you actually know that game exists too, because that was like when Red Dead Redemption came out and Red Dead Redemption 2. That was like when there was press, there wasn't new press on the game yet. They would be like, "Oh, did you know it's actually a sequel to another game from a lost generation?" And it was like, yeah, Red Dead Revolver kicked ass, dude. Like, it was fucking awesome. Like,
there was another one that came out around that time, a Western game called Gun.
Yep.
Yeah, with my boy Tom Jane, but I never played it.
And I think it had Chris Christopherson did some voice work in it as well.
Yeah, it had a bunch of really cool people in it.
So I think that one actually got a remaster.
Did it really?
Might actually be up on New Gens. It wasn't like very good graphically. Gun remastered. The project lead in November of last year also said he would love to one day do a sequel to Gun.
That'd be awesome.
You can still get Gun on Steam for like $15, I think.
Oh damn, it's still $15.
I mean, it's a long fucking game, and it was a good game. Like,
that's how it is, you know. This was Ryan Denny's.
I was like, was that?
We got a facial hair. There's a facial hair. Ooh,
so you could definitely still get it on 360 if you have an old 360.
It's great. I love this.
Or
I want to name this guy Cheese.
I have a PS3, but it's broke. I need to get the disc. This thing changed. It's got a copy of Bruno stuck in it.
Oh my god.
Trump character here.
I'm like, can you get it on? I feel like I've seen it on the PlayStation Marketplace.
And black. This is our Mike.
That was a really fun game, though. And it had a pretty solid story. It was very much like a game of the times, but it kind of did that like GTA thing where it just packed it with content. There was like a lot going on in it.
Razmaz, you don't like Bruno?
That's what that guy looks like. Looks like that's how he sounds.
I mean, of all that dude's stuff, I think Bruno's like my least favorite. But
even more than the Dictator or Brothers Grimsby?
I forgot about those.
Yeah, I feel like those are his like weak sauce. I haven't seen the new Borat, but I'm not gonna.
Dictator really sucked.
Yeah.
And Brothers Grimsby, I remember laughing at the beginning, but I don't think I even got through that one.
Yeah, Brothers Grimsby has like a couple laughs in it, but it's overall just really unfunny.
You guys are gonna laugh. The last new game that I bought was Pac-Man Championship Edition.
Hey, no, fuck that. I mean, that's awesome. I love Pac-Man
for PS3. Yeah, I like, and almost every console I end up getting, I always end up buying a bunch of classic games on like the Street Fighters and stuff like that. A lot of old arcade cabinets that are essentially just emulators. I'm paying top dollar for, but
I want to get one of those. What are they called? 1-Up. those arcade
Oh,
cabinets you
hell,
find
I
everywhere?
wish they would do one for like what is it, like River City Ransom or something like that?
I don't know that.
We could
It
actually
wasn't
do
an
that.
arcade. It was
I've-
a NES game or a Super NES game.
Mhm.
You didn't play it. It was basically Double Dragon with RPG elements. You like had money and stuff.
I don't know this game at all.
Oh my god, dude! One of the most kick-ass games ever.
I think I talked about it before, but there's a place in Florida. It's called the Replay Museum, and it's in Tarpon Springs. Basically, it's an old school arcade and pinball. They got like I think 200 different games there or something, but you just pay for like I think it's like $15, and you can
Yeah,
free
everything's
play
just
all day,
unlocked.
and you
Yeah.
can leave, go get food, come back. You get like a little bracelet and shit. But they have all the old classic shit there too, like all the best versions of it too, like root beer tapper with an actual tap.
You've never heard of River City Yeah,
Nope.
it was basically Double Dragon, but like you beat dudes up, you got money and stuff. They did a newer one, River City Ransom. Yeah, this one, River City Ransom Underground. There's like a spiritual successor or whatever.
Huh.
But I think it's for PC only. It might be on consoles now, but it was sort of, from what I remember, it was kind of like a rip-off of, it might have been from the Double Dragon team, so I wouldn't be surprised, but it was kind of the same thing. Like, I think your girlfriend got taken by a gang, and like you have to save up money to like buy off like different street corners and stuff like that, unlock different parts of the city and buy different weapons to fight and shit. Like
That's
it was
cool.
crazy, but it was an old school like side scrolling beat 'em up with a bunch of RPG elements, and you could like go into stores and buy shit and stuff back when that like wasn't a thing in games.
I was always a Streets of Rage guy.
This was way before Streets of Rage. Like this is one of the reasons Streets of Rage exists.
Oh yeah, 1989.
Yeah, and that's what I mean was like going into stores in a game where traditionally you were just walking left to right and punching things was all of a sudden like oh shit, like you're not constantly fighting anymore. There's moments where you have to stop and think about what you're doing. Like it's fucking crazy.
My first system was a TurboGrafx 16.
Oh, my first system that was like just mine. I got a PS2 for my 16th birthday.
That was your first? Oh, you mean like the first one you had solo? Not
yeah,
like
that was
the whole
just
family.
mine. But I grew up with two brothers, so the first system we ever got was the NES.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad just had his old Atari, so we always had that around. So that was technically like my first system, but we never fucking played that thing. Like we were such bastard kids. Like we got the NES, and we were like, "Dad, your Atari's retarded." I'm like, that shit's like 4 colors. Get out of here. Like,
have you ever been to the what do they call it? The Video Museum in New York?
No, I have
Or
not.
the Motion something museum?
When the SNES came out, we immediately gave our NES to our cousins who didn't have any consoles, and that blew their minds because that was like before internet and shit, and or at least before widespread internet.
Mm-hmm.
And so they had no fucking clue what a Super NES was. They thought the NES was some brand new thing, and they were super fucking hyped for that. And we were on the Super NES playing like double the colors, like stupid motherfuckers. And they would come over and be like, "Why is your NES so different?" We'd be like, "Nothing."
What's up, Colin? But yeah, in New York they have a museum. It's dedicated to like all kinds of video stuff. So it's like movies and TV and everything. And they have a whole section on video games. And they have like the original version
to crush a toddler. Dude, there's an old game that I miss like crazy that was from that fucking Sega TV thing they did back in the day. And I think they actually made carts of it in limited supply, and I never remember the name of it. It was this old war game. I don't know if you ever had Sega TV when you were a kid.
Nope.
It was crazy. It's basically a way to hook your Sega up to an internet connection, and it was like downloadable random games like that they put up on it all the time. I could find the name of it.
I went to a friend's house. No, he wasn't a friend. He was my parents made me come with them to a dinner at a friend's house. I had to play with their kid who had Sega CD, and I was all excited to play Sega CD.
Genesis era, and it was like you were like little chibi soldiers, but it wasn't like Advanced Wars. It was like you were on an actual battlefield. But it was like a war strategy game.
Don't know. Anyways,
Sorry.
I was all excited to play Sega CD, and this little motherfucker wouldn't let me play it. Just played it in front of me. He had Batman Forever on Sega CD. And I just had to sit there like a simp, watch him.
A simp.
Ugh, hate that. I still hate that kid.
Oh, I think I found it.
He ate plain
General
noodles.
Chaos?
That sounds like South Park.
General Chaos looks right. It was like almost isometric war game, but you played as like the actual boots on the ground infantry. And it was like turn-based battling. Yeah, I just remember. Oh damn, that's loud as fuck. This is River City Ransom Underground, the new one.
Oh, there's a new version?
Yeah, they did like a sequel like a couple years ago. I just wanted to show you like the just side-scrolling beat 'em up, but there's like mini games and shit in it, and you make money. And if I remember correctly, you like could level up and unlock combos and shit like that. So it's like,
Randy says, when COVID-19 is over, I want to go to Myrtle Beach and see the Pinball Museum down there. That's cool.
That sounds rad too.
Myrtle Beach is just like 90% putt and beach supplies.
Yeah.
They have like a few other little cool things, but that's like pretty much it.
Yeah, see, okay, so it's through the cable line. I was like 5 when that shit came out, and it melted my brain. My brother's buddy Tony, his stepdad, had it on their Sega.
Oh, I've seen that. I never knew what it was.
It
the
was
cartridge that had the cable in it.
It was just called like Sega TV or something like that. And yeah, I thought it was a phone line you hooked into it, but I guess it was cable. But you would just like go into it, and it would like you put that cartridge in, and it would bring up a menu that would be live updated almost daily that had all sorts. It would have demos on it. It would have full games on it. You could play like videos on it and stuff. It was crazy.
That's pretty sweet.
Your friends 2 doors down could have totally different games. That was the whole thing. Was I think you could like it was like a precursor of like you could sort of download things onto it, but it was really limited. I never understood how it worked. I'd need to like go watch a video on it or something now. But that was one of the games that his stepdad had that he just like would not get rid of. And he played a shitload of it. Like he had like mastered this game. It was this dude German, and he was just a big fucking Puerto Rican dude, and he absolutely loved gaming. Like
his name was German, but he was Puerto Rican.
Yeah, it's really common. It's a really common Spanish name, but yeah, he was like the coolest dude, and he was always wicked into gaming. And he was like, you know, someone's dad, and it's like most adults were like, gaming is fucking stupid. Like, it's a waste of life in the 90s. Yeah, General Chaos, exactly. You were gone for a while, Colin, but I already said that. It was a lot of fun. I remember, like, when German was, like, off to work for the day, he'd be like, go ahead and play it, guys. Like, just don't break my shit. I'd be like, okay. But General Chaos was like one we'd all be fighting over to play it because it was just so much fucking fun.
I want to know if Randy, are you a big pinball guy? And if so, what's your favorite pinball? Because the coolest one I've seen is a Nightmare on Elm Street one, where it has like Freddy's head in it and he talks shit during the game.
The Elvira one's pretty rad, but
I've seen that one.
You get to stare at her while you play.
You ever played Hercules? It's like the world's largest pinball game.
No, I have not.
The pinball itself is like the size of a softball or something.
Actually, I'm worried. I don't know if it's still open or not. I need to ask Kayla. But hopefully next year we can, do a little launch at Salem for Horror Fest. But they have a barcade there.
Kevin says T2 all the way.
Has a pinball like room in the back. We went there last time and I got really fucking drunk there. They were doing like horrible karaoke with a bunch of hipster kids. I've never seen so many women with shaved heads in one place at one time. All singing, like My Chemical Romance songs and shit.
Colin says Australian version of Empire Strikes Back. Is there something unique about the Australian version? It plays backwards.
Right. Wider cab and different field of play.
Mm.
All the cool shit's in Australia. Hi, Kevin. What are you doing, buddy?
All the boofing.
You want to come on? Are you at work? You were like, Tuesday night's my night to stream, so we set up a Tuesday night stream and you didn't show up. We're trying to figure out how we get you in here, guy. The ever elusive Kevin.
Black Knight is sick too.
Oh no, I hope he gets better.
Oh, is that his cat?
No, I'm just fucking around.
Oh, I thought at first I thought he was talking about a pinball, and then you said that, so I was like, oh no, is that his cat?
Yeah, no, I'm just fucking around. I'm pretty sure he is talking about pinball. His cat, Bart.
Ooh, Simpsons is a good one too.
That's funny because I just mentioned his cat, Bart.
Yeah, that's what reminded me.
Send me that link, bro. Sif. There we go. Coming at you.
Is that your real name, Broseph?
Yeah. It's Hebrew.
Is it your Christian name?
I just said it's Hebrew.
Well, I was already in the middle of saying it. I wasn't going to stop. That Rob stream was crazy. Yeah.
Which one? I love Pete trying to backpedal constantly. I'm like, I'm not letting up. I hit him up about the draw stream on Friday. I was like, we got a spot for you if you want to come, but I'm trying to lock him in quick. And I think he said no in like the most confusing way ever.
Who, Pete or Rob?
Pete. Oh, look at that timing. I thought it was Kevin, but it's our boy Ryan.
What up, Ryan?
Nah, it's me. It's me, Kevin, using Ryan's avatar name. Hey, guys.
You really nailed that, Ryan.
I hope you like Can't Kill Cade, because I drew it, and I'm Kevin. How's my Kevin impression?
Verging on almost like Bobcat Goldthwait.
Guys.
I hope you like Can't Kill Cade.
I try.
Just like Kevin. Yeah, already. I'm just dicking around. I feel like Rob was like, "Do I boot him? Like,
do I boof him?"
It's always an education.
That's society shit going on.
That's my push to get Rob to let me come into one of his classes. Let me give a talk to his students one day with my vast lexicon of knowledge. I have such sights to show you guys.
Let me taint your students with my taint.
Yes, the stories of taint.
Oh no!
Tales of taint.
Y'all talking taints?
Always.
All taint.
How
all
long
day.
is yours?
Dude, we're talking a solid 3-4 inches.
Oh,
Ooh,
damn.
damn.
Stern to stem.
Oh,
Mine's
stern to-
more girthy than long.
Stern to stem. Yeah.
I
Stern
love
to
that
stem is
just that
different.
makes Jeff laugh.
I like it. It's good. It's good.
Hell yeah. Welcome, boys. How's it going?
Oh, so good.
Feels good to be here. Feels so good.
Yeah, no, you said Tuesdays, and then like yesterday, I just fucking forgot, and then just did a bunch of. Basically, at one point, I was lying down on the ground in my office after I drank a lot of whiskey, and was writing a note that I was going to leave on the coffee machine for my wife to see the next morning. But I was like, I'm going to rest my eyes for a little bit. And then I fell asleep. And then she came in. She's like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, huh, what? So Tuesday was a little bit weird for me.
Kevin, the note he left said, the floor is cold and shamed, and he was lying naked on the floor.
Yeah.
And
then it said, I blame Natalie and then it was like the rest was illegible.
Hey, Colin, in other news, I can quit my shit
I
hotel
love
job.
how you knew. I blame Natalie.
Congratulations, Colin. Quit your shit hotel job.
Temporary fencing.
Yeah, sword fighting, right?
You should make permanent fencing just to fuck with your employer.
Yeah, like dig those fucking
cement it all in.
Post holes a little too deep, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so they really stay. They just promote him. They're like, you're doing great work.
You're now on permanent fence duty.
You've proved to us you know how to make sure something stands up forever. Yeah. How's everybody doing?
Sounds like Ryan's getting into some shit.
Yeah, Ryan's eating candy.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Here, hold on.
I don't know.
He's like, sorry, I'm in the bathtub.
No, sorry.
Or would it be funnier if he said, I'm in a bathtub? Apparently not funnier if he says it that way, so
Oh, shit.
go for the first thing that I said.
Sorry, I was in the kitchen and it's getting noisy.
Oh, did you do that other show already, Ryan?
Yeah, I just got off the Michael Bancroft show.
Okay, so I tried looking up his channel because I thought I already followed him, and I don't know what the fuck it's called, I guess. Because I could not find it anywhere. But look at where you're at.
Hey.
Yeah, he's the first thing that comes up when you type in Michael Bancroft to the YouTube search.
What?
So I don't know what you're typing in.
Michael Bancroft?
Yeah, Bancroft.
There's a silent X in the middle of it, though.
Right?
Yeah.
I
It's
spelled
invisible,
Michael
too.
Some crazy fucking way.
But yeah, we broke 10G. Woo!
Hell yeah. Okay, well, I'm subscribed now. I'm just a big idiot, evidently.
Yeah.
Yeah, people were trying to get he and I to hook up basically all week.
Oh,
and we
sexy.
made it happen.
Wow.
How was it?
Oh yeah.
You a good kisser?
It was really fun. He was very gentle.
Gentle but firm.
He had a lot of stubble, but we got through it.
Yeah,
but really, it was super fun. The chat was great. I knew half the chat, so that was awesome.
That's fucking rad. What do we got? 2,000 more to go.
Yeah, almost on the dot.
I believe I've officially backed it as well with the girlfriend now. I think she was already talking about going back and backing something too. I sent it out to some other friends tonight through text that have kids and stuff. I was like, hey, Your fucking midgets might like this.
Yeah, I shared it with a guy commenting on Porch's tweet. So if I get a sale for you, I want a percentage.
Did you
Yeah,
call
of
him
course.
Porch?
Yeah, I didn't know what he said. Porch.
Perch.
Okay, you like cut out a little bit. It sounded like porch.
I like Comics Porch Guy better. He sits out on the porch and he's not on YouTube. He just complains to the public about comics.
But he's got a lot of followers. Just people following him everywhere.
1997 to go. It was a good year.
It was funny. Yeah, seeing Colin there, it reminds me, Michael Bancroft is Australian. So the people in the chat were assuming that's why I've been practicing the Australian accent here. They were like, because he's going on Michael Bancroft's show. He wants to have a good Australian accent. Which I wish I'd thought of.
The synchronicity lately has been uncanny. That's amazing and so offensive, like that you would do that.
Yeah, because Michael was like, so why is the chat saying stuff about you and your Australian accent?
I was like, your level, mate.
Well, I go on this Death Curse channel where we just offend everyone. So
You should have just said that you're doing your best American accent at the time.
oh damn, that was good.
Wait, what?
But it was good. I got to use the like smoko and a couple other terms that we
nice.
learned.
He was like super stoked. He's like, all right, finally an American guy I can understand.
I always think of it's where my obsession with doing an Australian accent started is it's a couple of the guys that are on like SNL now, but it's like Kyle Mooney and then one of the other guys. But it's basically this whole like skit where they go meet this dude at like a dock and he's Australian. And they're like, oh, cool accent, man. And then he's like, starts talking about how they go out on this boat. And then he's like, you got dicks and butts, fingers and butts. Outrageous fun. And it's super funny. And that's like the only Australian accent I could do is just saying dicks and butts, fingers and butts.
That's exactly what I was saying the night we were doing it. And I was all drunk. I was like, for some reason, I only seem to be able to hone in on the Australian accent when I'm saying horribly foul shit. And I saying the thing about finger banging your high school sweetheart behind the 7-Eleven, and it was like I couldn't not inflect it in the fucking Australian accent. I was like, oh my god, it's like burned into my brain now.
I feel like I can do it pretty normally, but like I don't feel confident enough to do that, like obviously on some sort of stream. But I do like that accent, and I'll do it like for like hours, and my wife is just like, Kevin, shut the fuck up.
I feel like I read all of Colin's comments in my head in like a super heavy Australian accent, and sort of like he's yelling it at me. Like we're like out in the desert and there's like a sandstorm and he's just yelling it at me.
You just hear didgeridoos in the background.
Yeah.
So now I like thinking of him yelling stuff like his comment here is, look up Adam Hill's sign language skit.
He's also like somewhat, flailing his arms to get your attention.
Yeah.
Oh, see, perfect timing too. the when we need to know Australian Sign Language in the middle of a sandstorm.
That's just a good joke, though. If you're like, hey, do you know Australian Sign Language? Like, have you ever seen that before? And someone's like, no. And then you're like, oh, here you go. And then you flip them off. That's just funny. That's a good joke.
It's a slam dunk.
Yeah, that's a slam dunk of a joke.
You know Foster's in Sign Language? Australian Sign Language?
That's a Charles Barkley slam dunk of a joke.
But what's a slam dunk in Australian?
Barkley slams.
That's a Patrick Ewing slam dunk of a joke.
I'm
I'm just thinking of NBA Jam and all of the people I learned
Come on.
from there.
I was like,
Because they play netball there. Do you guys know netball? It's like basketball, but you can't run or dribble the basketball.
I'm assuming there's some sort of net.
you just
some sort
fist
of
fight your
ball.
way down the court.
It's all about the internet and a ball.
Is
Yeah.
it literally? Is that the sport that like they showed Khabib like playing? It's like him and his like friends and then like his dad, and they're playing. I'm doing air quotes, but they're playing basketball and it's literally them just wrestling over a basketball and never dribbling or anything. They're just like throwing elbows like crazy.
That's it.
It's really cool. It's really funny, but it's just like that makes sense because you also are like indoors, like on a wrestling mat. So of course you can't dribble on that. But
Very fun game.
yeah,
It's a net on a stick.
yeah.
Is the
Favorite
thing. There's no
game.
backboard.
You smash ball through hoop. Love it.
Oh man.
No backboard, Colin says.
Nope. It's just like a loop.
Colin, I don't like that. You know.
No, it's
just
seriously a
it's just
basketball
loop.
hoop.
Yeah,
It's a basketball hoop on a stick. Like it's a hoop and a net on a stick.
It's a hoop in the middle of the room. I
It's
like
so
that.
weird.
What was it like? I think it was Mayan, the guys who did the one with their feet. And
Oh, and they kick the head for a
Oh
soccer
yeah,
ball?
yeah.
yeah, kick a human skull up into a basket.
That's
Fucking
so awesome.
Rad.
That's so junior high or grade school. Like you're that evil in junior high and grade school where it's like let's kick his head around.
those
I mean, you gotta-
documentaries don't mention all these people lived to like maybe 30 and that they probably were all like in grade school when this like the local shaman was like 14.
Yeah, you gotta think that like a lot of that like culture, they were just like, yeah, we just like kill a bunch of people until like the eclipse goes away.
Yeah, and then it goes.
Oh, good, it worked.
Like, all right.
Yeah, it's like, no, that's what the sun does. But no, it's crazy. Like,
Faith of attrition.
my parents got to go down to like go see like the crazy like Mayan or Aztec pyramids, and my dad was just like, it's insane. The acoustics.
Oh, yeah.
We built like for that, and even I guess there's like weird like snake sculptures.
Santana
and-
rips at the pyramids.
I guess like the way that the sun would hit them a certain way, it would hit like the stairs, so it would make this really gnarly shadow. Like it was purposely built in these really weird ways to freak people out. Like it's the coolest thing ever, and it's like hell yeah, dude.
Well, you think back when like they didn't have fucking like anything going on, that's like all you had to do was like, let's build some cool shit today, guys.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that like a lot of that
And kick a fucking head into a basket while everybody watches. And that was the head they cut off some poor motherfucker at the top of the pyramid and then rolled down the stairs to soften it into ball form.
I recently read a
So
cool
it's
fact
ready for play. Like,
involving heads. It is not advised to hold a human head, a decapitated human head, with one hand because apparently it's just so hard to like hold it to balance it because there's just so much like liquid and everything just sloshing around. And there's just apparently human heads are very hard to hold when they're not attached to your body. But I was like, that's cool.
I got a big old fucking bear paw. I bet I could hold a human head fine. Does it count
palm it?
as swinging it by the hair like EC Comics style?
Palming
See,
a basketball
makes
is
more
easy.
sense.
Palming a head, now that's where it's
Yeah.
tricky.
It's like there's the trick right there in the question. Don't behead any bald guys.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Wasn't that why I know that's why Boss Rudin doesn't have hair.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's why I was gonna say that's why.
No one will palm my head.
Yeah.
Bang,
Boss
boom,
Rudin's
bang.
coolest. Yeah. Bong, bong. Dude, it's great.
Bezos shades.
Where he teaches the bar fighting video. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's the greatest
yeah,
thing
just
ever.
be a maniac and kill someone with a stool.
One of my favorite things he ever did was when he was interviewed by Joe Rogan way back in the day. And he was talking about how like some ninja guy came into his school and was telling everybody like, oh, this is all stupid. Like I can get out of all this stuff with an easy move. And he was like, all right, well, what if I put you in a rear naked choke? How are you going to get out of it? And he's like, oh, I'll hit you in the balls. And he's like, okay, well, let me get you in the hold and then we'll see if you can get out of it. And he goes, and just so you know, if you hit me in the balls, I'm going to choke you unconscious. And the guy was like, well, yeah, but, you know, I'm still going to do it. He's like, no, but I'm going to choke you unconscious and going to knock you out. And the guy, like, eventually like, okay, never mind.
Guys, Colin's
He's
gonna
like,
send us the
why would I
model
let go?
skull from his MRI so we can print it out and skull fuck him.
Ooh.
He's a
That,
cool ass fan like that.
that reminded me
Rob?
though.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you.
Oh, I was gonna say, talking about the stool, breaking a stool over someone's back. we went to a bar for my buddy's birthday. I don't remember what birthday it was, but we went to this like local place that we'd never been. And it was really funny because the whole time I was like, my whole goal for the night, it was my friend Curtis's birthday. I was like, I'm going to like suggest it subtly throughout the night. And then when hopefully Curtis is drunk enough because it's his birthday, tell him that if he breaks a stool over someone's back, that I'm going to yell Roadhouse and start a fight. It never happened. And I was really bummed, but you know, I just thought it'd be a good memory, you know, on his birthday. Like, yeah, he broke a stool over someone's back, and then Kevin just yelled Roadhouse.
Again.
And then a fight broke out.
Again, this is the kind of rich guy shit we need to be doing. Netflix, give us a budget.
And let us make a Roadhouse TV show.
No, that's the best. Oh, well, that too. That'd be fucking ridiculous.
We're all Dalton, though. We all have like the Dalton haircut. And walk
I
on
was
the same
going
way.
to say, can you imagine something like that in a prank show, though, Kevin?
We're all playing the same character,
Yeah.
but it just like intercuts us in like random scenes. But like I clearly do a lot of the sitting scenes. Jeff will do the running scenes.
I'll do all the kicking scenes.
No,
I want
Spencer
toilet
purely
scenes. I want all toilet scenes.
Spencer purely does throat ripping scenes.
I was going to say, because I'm fat and gigantic, let me do all the shirtless scenes.
Yeah. Ryan does any scene where they're doing push-ups.
Dalton's
Yes.
super in shape until he takes his shirt off.
Oh no, I want to be the training montage guy.
No. Ryan's more so a belly button scene guy. When does that come into play? Oh, you'll know.
What? His body hair changes constantly.
I
That
think
would change
Dalton
the
was
rating,
black
I think.
for half an hour.
Also, yeah, like why do these guys have like different hair lengths?
This movie is way too sexy.
Is that trail lead to the Roadhouse?
That's the show, Trail to the Roadhouse.
And then at the final fight, when he's supposed to fight that guy and tear his throat, it's all four of us at the same time beating up the dude.
Yeah,
That's
We
the
just
show.
jumped in 4-on-1.
yeah.
Totally unfair.
Also, wait, just we're remaking the movie but turning it into a show.
Do all the scenes where you need someone shouting
Shouting Dalton.
Australian when he has to get
No,
loud.
yeah, Colin's a close-up mouth Dalton. Any close-up mouth magic that we need, we'll call in Colin.
No, Colin should just
Mouth
dub the whole
magic.
movie.
It's
Yeah.
none of us actually speak in the movie.
We'll just have Colin do all the VO work.
Basically, what we should do is we don't fully have like we don't have written dialogue, so we just like open our mouths,
Holy
open
shit,
and close our mouths.
It's gonna happen. Like we said, we're gonna end up dubbing over real movies. We need
Oh,
to
dude.
we need to rewrite Roadhouse.
Yeah. It's called One Man's Dream to Rip Another Man's Throat Out.
I'm gonna do it.
The whole movie. Oh man, I'm turning 33 this year. Hopefully I get to rip another man's throat out.
Spencer's already writing up the pitch to someone.
Yeah, it's like, look, you asked for that last year. You know it's never gonna happen. Everyone else
contacting the estate of Patrick Swayze.
Everyone else has to deny that it's going to happen. They're like, you ask for this every year. You've asked for this for 33 years. You're never going to rip another man's throat out.
I guess I need to rewatch Roadhouse a couple of times and write that script up. Kevin, you got to do the Dalton voice.
Oh,
I'm good.
I'll definitely do that.
Oh my god. Look up the trailer. It's called Hercules Returns. There's a film that is based on this idea.
About ripping a man's throat out?
Throat rips.
That's
I
the
just,
Gruber.
I just always think of
Hammerella, you goddamn heathens.
I always think of Parks and Rec, where it's Andy describing Roadhouse to like a room full of people because they're like watching like elections, and it's great. Apparently not that great.
I just did that on purpose this time.
See, okay, Jeff,
Uh,
it's funnier when you do that. You just get quiet. But I used to always have with my buddy Julian and my buddy Jeff. I would have on like YouTube like crickets pulled up, And if you just play that, it's always funny in pauses. It never ceases to make everyone laugh.
This is the whole fucking movie. There's not even a trailer for it.
Yeah, just watch the whole thing. But also, I think if we did dub another movie over, we should probably go with one of my favorites, Hands of Steel.
Oh my fuck.
Is that the dude that gets his hands cut off and then replaced with?
Nope, it has nothing to do with people's hands getting cut off.
Hands that feel.
What is this?
Bane. A new strategy for summer? You could say that, sir. Some kind of joke? No, sir. What do you mean you quit? You're a valuable member of the team. I pay you well, don't I? It's just that I'm not happy here, sir. Not happy? Bullshit! We're all happy. You're happy, aren't you, Rappaport? You're working for the biggest distribution company in the country, McBain. What could you possibly
I don't
do
trust
somewhere
Rappaport.
else? This is fascinating, sir. I'm going to open my own theatre. What? I'm going to reopen the old Picture Palace. We've got an 8-screen multiplex just around the corner, McBain. Oh, yes, but I don't like competition. I squash it.
I don't know if I've ever seen an Australian comedy.
Not because you haven't got what it takes, but because I'll
You're not familiar with the works of Yahoo Serious?
Get out!
No.
Crocodile Dundee?
McBain, you're a maverick.
Did you ever see the when Conan went to Australia and he keeps like talking about like Foster's and like that movie, and they're like, yeah, no one drinks Foster's, no one throws shrimp on a barbecue. It's no one. It's not a real thing.
I like that. I just learned that Aussies use the middle finger. That's cool.
Yeah, because America's pretty much the only place that does that, and so it's nice to see other parts of the world utilize that.
I was going to say, too, like we said the other night, Australia is one of those down-ass countries that's just like, yeah.
Oh, hey, that's with Mad Max.
Thanks for your
Yeah, that's the gyrocopter pilot.
Yeah.
That's right.
The gyro captain? I don't remember his name.
He was the gyro commander.
And then he's in the in Thunderdome, but he's playing like a different gyro commander.
Prestigious position to come and work for you. Correct?
Yeah, because that's part of that loose continuity for those movies.
What the fuck does this have to do with Hercules?
I'm assuming they play the movie at the cinema. Yeah.
Bingo bango, you called it.
Jeez, Spencer, you should
Dude,
have been
hell
able to
yeah,
pick up on
Colin.
that
Dark
quicker than
Sea is
Kevin.
Fucking amazing.
I could have
Into
waited
Yabo.
5
I've been
more
drinking
seconds.
fucking whiskey all day, too. What's wrong with you?
Kevin's a
I'm
real
stone
bogan.
sober tonight. That's what's wrong with me. I don't have my third eye drunk as fuck and puking all over itself.
I also just got off a stream playing Apex.
Oh, shit.
It was really fun.
Where are you streaming?
It was actually for a buddy stream. So,
Oh, shit.
yeah, like,
Colin said click a random point.
we'll just let it ride, dude.
Yeah, we're just going to roll it, dude. What, are we going to get copyright striked on this fucking shitty movie?
He's the expert.
It's like an hour and 8 minutes, this movie.
Oh, he wants you to play the part of the movie where they're showing Hercules, because that's in Italian and it's been dubbed. So we have to skip to Act 4 where they play Hercules.
Colin, I'm assuming you're familiar with Mr. Science Theater 3000, like.
It's literally like 2 minutes ahead of where we were if he was patient.
Is this going to be like Inglourious Bastards? Someone's going to break in with...
Yeah, they're going to murder him.
David Bowie starts playing.
Yeah. Oh, I fucking love cat people.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing.
Oh,
song.
dude, this is like my dream job.
Someone said,
Italians
oops,
got us.
I broke the stream. Yeah, we got dumped.
Let's see. We'll just have to reboot.
Oh, guys, I don't know if I can go through that again.
Oh, no. We'll be back.
Do we just